We enter the final race of the championship with no titles on the line for the first time in a while. All championships are decided, allowing our drivers to race at maximum attack simply for glory. With our champion-elect Francois Martel bowing out for the evening, will we see any surprises to conclude the 28th season of the championship? We'll find out together tonight. Wine Country is the stage for the evening. The Sonoma Grand Prix is next. Our venue for this evening is the virtual Sonoma Raceway. Opened in 1968, North American Simulated Auto Racing started visiting this circuit in 2018B. At 0.93 miles and 5 corners, 4 to the right and 1 to the left, the lap begins with our drivers heading the opposite direction down the drag strip and up the carousel. Commitment and focus is required as we go uphill dirt, back down the hill, and up the hill again to a right-hand corner to transition back to the asphalt. Turn 4 runs us deep into the NASCAR runoff down the short chute to the final corner. Joker decision on driver's right as well, and the regular course goes over the jump to end the lap here in Sonoma, California. Our format for NASA Rallycross is as follows. 19 cars will be split into 4 heat races, 6 laps apiece, Joker lap once. The top 2 will transfer to the feature. Winner gets 3 bonus points, and the runner-up gets 2. The rest of our competitors will be funneled into the semifinals, 5 lap races, Joker lap once. The winners will transfer and receive a bonus point. This sets the grid for the 10-car, 10-lap feature race where the points are awarded and trophies are handed out. Unique to NASA Rallycross, 2 Jokers are taken during the feature. The 28th season of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge concludes tonight on the Automotive Sports Network. With Bryan, Sawyer in the production truck, 2022A Supercar Sportsman Champion Justin Robichaux next to me in the commentary box, my name is Josh Mertz as we welcome you to the Sonoma Grand Prix. Our series is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. Thank you so much to Rob Hartland for yet another season of support of NASA Sim Racing. Our coverage all season on ASN is brought to you by NordVPN, your gateway to online freedom and security. Protect your digital privacy with military-grade encryption, browse the web anonymously, and access your favorite content from anywhere in the world. Receive 63% off a 2-year plan at nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. Our cameras for the entire season are also provided by TrackCams22.com. And finally, our intro music was produced by our very own Alex Abedi. Good evening to you, Mr. Justin Robichaux. No points. Titles are sealed. What are your thoughts on the evening after the chaos that we have seen this season?
Oh boy, it's kind of nice to have everything sealed up in that last race of the season. I mean, it kind of doesn't matter. I mean, the drivers are still going to come out and put on an excellent show, but it's just going to be for fun tonight, and the drivers are going to have a blast. And Sonoma is the place to put on a show. It's going to be a wild evening. I'm excited to be up here with Josh.
As I have written my script that's coming into tonight's race in Sonoma, the titles are wrapped up, like we mentioned. The only real mention-worthy battle is for second in the Sportsman Championship. It's between Jess Rakowski and Cody Wienecke. 2 points separate them, 153 for Rakowski, 151 for Cody Wienecke. He's coming off a couple of Sportsman wins and winning the Endurance Cup, I do believe. He did win the Endurance Cup in this season, so we'll keep an eye on that. No Francois Martel wins the championship and says, you know, I guess someone else can win after the French-Canadian has won 5 races this season. What a season for car number 12 and hopefully running car number 1 next season. And we talk about it. We've talked about it all season. I know you've been hit or miss with Rallycross, Justin, but Evan McFarlane and Robbie Lurill, KES Racing, on top of the board right now in practice.
Robbie?
Let's wonder what will happen to these two. Will something go wrong, or will one of them finally seal the deal?
Yeah, and something usually does go wrong at Sonoma. That turn 2 leading into the jump is pretty hairy when you get all those cars from a heat or an LCQ diving all in there for position. And that jump is notorious for getting cars sideways, and we've seen people board slide grinding the wall and getting removed from the track really quickly. Josh, you're in and you're out here, so anything can happen with these guys. But you know they'll take it, and they've practiced for it. They're a pair that put a ton of laps in together, so we're going to see it come out all tonight.
We always talk about Robbie Larill making practice sessions at 3 in the morning. Will it finally translate to a win in the NASA Rallycross Challenge? We will just have to wait and see. 6 former winners of the Sonoma Grand Prix. Myself, I won the first Grand Prix here in 2018B. Connor Parisi won twice in 18C and 21A. Austin Derbyshire in 2019A. Jake Robertson in 2020A and 20B. Luke Kraus in 21B and 21C. And then our former champion, Alex Abetti, in 2022B. So 3 former champions as former winners here in Sonoma as we were about to begin qualifying. 5 minutes, 3 laps. And what's unique about the NASA qualifying format, it's obviously a closed session. You got 3 laps. The officials run 2, so you can kind of have, we mentioned it, you get 1 fast lap, kind of a cool down lap, and then another fast lap. And we take a look at Robbie Larill sliding through turn 1, and he's going to park it as you don't want to cook the tires too much on this little warm-up lap you have.
Yeah, you definitely, you could see the mistake there, and I think he just got a little hot, maybe a bit ahead of himself. The track temperatures are looking a bit low tonight, so maybe he just wasn't expecting the car to handle that way. It's hard to tell, but he didn't regain control of that and just decided to call it quits and try again. That's a fair start.
We brought on board Evan McFarland in the 04, the man from California, also trying to seek his first win in the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge. Right rear on the dirt, nothing else, or right rear on the asphalt, I should say, or the dirt. Rest of the cars on the grass, respecting track limits, exiting turn 4. He'll come off towards the final corner, and we'll take a look as the lap times begin to flow in, and we'll wait and see as the first lap times flow in. Josh Klog, 40.7. Justin Ament, 41.1. Steve Angie, 40.7. As the laps begin to populate, and I don't know if that lap counted for McFarland. It did, half a second faster than Steve Angie in the 7, Justin.
Wow. And he got a lot of run on that first turn, diving down in on the right side. And he's getting, like you said, plenty of car off here on the left side, and we're actually almost Savian. Who we almost Savian Angie right now. Almost. As we look at Abetti in the 99, one of the outgoing champions. Had a disappointing championship defense last season. Had a couple wins this season. McFarland, 40.2 still. Abetti, 40.444. So the man for Pudgy's Racing. Constructors Champions Pudgy's Racing, trying to be at the front of the field. Savian Ragster improves at a 40.620. Nobody's getting close to this lap that McFarland has set, though. In the 04, Robbie Larill, I'll try and find him. He crosses the line, 40.490. Larill set that was his second lap. So he begins his third, and I don't know. The thing is, Justin, you want to start your qualifying lap here at Sonoma running through the Joker, because obviously the jump slows you down. Running through the Joker gives you that extra speed. Right. But so what that does too is it also takes a lap away from you. Oh. He's going to have for sure contact in that wall, so I think we can write off the lap for the 213 of Larill. And if that drift didn't hurt him already. Yeah. And Winecki versus Rakowski, remember battling for second in Sportsman, 41.254 to a 41.229 for second place in Sportsman. Those two separated by, what is that, a tenth of a second? Yeah. Less than that. Less than that, you're right. And that's going to be a nice battle to keep an eye on tonight. You won't see them in the heats if they finish right here, but you could see some action in the LCQs if one of these drivers don't get lucky. As one car left in their qualifying run, as Russell Peterson crosses the line in the 59, the man from Illinois, 41.587. He improves to 13th. Matthew Morris on his first lap, so he's got a couple laps left to run. And Matt Hartley is not on track. He's in the server.
Eric, I had no clue that you were destined. I've been talking to
former champion
this whole time.
As Vinny Sowers not knowing that Eric Dubois was deafened in Discord. Matty Morris crosses the line. He sets a 41.851, put him to 16th. And the former champion Matt Hartley from 2020A, I should say, has not set a lap time. So that's not going to be too helpful for him. We talk about, of course, you want to start up front. Rallycross, the pole position is important in any kind of racing, but especially in Rallycross when you win or lose on the start and turn one. And former champion will grid last, it looks like, I think maybe for heat number 4. So we'll just have to wait and see how that comes together. As we finish up qualifying, just want to go over a couple of programming notes. We will have the 10th and final round of NASA Rallycross Lights that took place yesterday here in Sonoma. We'll have that Saturday, the 26th. That'll be 9 p.m. Eastern on ASN On Demand. This is our final race for supercars. We will be in the off-season. Our testing sessions start on September 25th. And round 4 of the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge at Mid-Ohio. That'll be this Thursday. Graphics are broken. There's a lot of stuff internally that Bryan Sawyer has been scrambling on, so we still appreciate all the work you do. We'll be in Mid-Ohio, myself, Justin Robichaux, Bryan Sawyer for that on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. So it'll be another fastest seeding lap for Evan McFarland. He'll be on pole position for heat number 1. Steve Angie, Jess Rakowski, Russell Peterson, and Olivier Rateau, Justin, for this first heat race.
Yeah, this is a good little heat race right here. You're going to see a nice, good battle form between Evan McFarland and Steve Angie, and Jess Rakowski's going to have to hold on nice and tight if she wants to keep into this battle, because if anything comes between these two drivers,
good luck, everyone. Remember, one joker.
She could be looking at a transfer spot, and that's what you want here in Sonoma. You want to get your way right into the end, because there's too much carnage going on, especially when you filter down into those LCQs.
And we cannot joker off the start. You have to begin the first lap before you can joker. So we will not see any joker rotation off the start as we get ready for the first heat race of the evening here in Sonoma, California. Green flag off the line. What a start from Angie. Blitzes McFarland down to the first corner. McFarland sneaks to the inside. Contact nearly between them. They do touch twice. And Angie goes to the race lead. Put McFarland to second. Peterson third. Rakowski fourth. Rateau in fifth. Over the jump. For the first time, it's Pudgy's Racing versus KES versus Squadra Stunzid versus Sequential for the top 4 down to turn number 1. And we'll notice as this track rubbers in, Justin, it gets harder/easier, depending on who you talk to make this grip line in turn 1. If you run the dirt, you will grip up and go so much faster than if you're all 4 on the dirt. McFarland hits the curb, stays on the asphalt. He is pressuring Angie as we head up the hill.
Yeah, and Steve Angie's actually he's on a slowdown, so he's got to give this up to Evan McFarland, and he's going to lose a couple more to that. Yeah.
Lose to Peterson, lose to Rakowski, jokering is McFarland, jokering is Peterson.
Yeah, and he just takes his joker and just rides it out between with his tail between his legs, and that sucks. We've mentioned it a couple times. These actually we mentioned it in the drivers meeting. These slowdowns are brutal on this track, and riding that grip, it's difficult. But if you don't catch it, you see what happens. That's unfortunate.
Won't spoil anything from yesterday, but it happened once or twice to me in practice. You get a millimeter, no joke, a millimeter on all 4 onto the grass on driver's right up the carousel. It is a slowdown, and it is brutal. Evan McFarland back to the race lead then. Peterson leads. Angie now still within a hope. Peterson locks up, entering the final corner over the jump. Angie looking, drivers left. Rakowski jokers in the 999. So this is a race for the transfer spot, like you mentioned. Angie to the inside, slams into both of them, and contact in turn 1, and take Angie out of it, and take Rakowski out of it as well.
That's an unfortunate incident right there. Not a great place, and really it's just unfortunate timing. You can't really control 3 drivers going in there, and somebody just got a little spooked going in, and a little too much brake.
McFarland leads comfortably now, let's call it, by 5 seconds over Russell Peterson. I feel like Russell Peterson had shades of Norway last year with Cody Erdmann slamming into him in the final corner of the semifinal. As we take cross flags halfway through heat number 1, McFarland leads, Peterson second, Olivier Rateau now in the 63, sits in the 3rd spot, Jess Rakowski 4th, and Steve Angie. Evening goes from bad to worse in this first heat race for the man from New York. Rakowski right front on the grip, getting a good run through the corner. Rateau missed it. Contact. Rakowski saves it. Clips the sleeping policeman. Makes the corner still. And Rateau way deep into the fence goes the elder Rateau in the 63. Comes out and nearly hits Angie, who's almost ping-ponged again. We'll take a look at lap times just for kicks. McFarland 40.7 to Peterson, who crosses the line to end his 4th lap. 41.7, so a second faster is the 0-4.
Yeah, and all those Joker strategies are done, so everybody's just kind of fighting for what they can right now, and it does look a little bit out of reach for Steve Angie, but he's just clawing because he knows if he can get at least one position back, he'll have a nicer spot to place in those LCQs and give him at least a fighting chance to get to that feature later on.
We always talk about it when Phil and myself or Cody and myself are up here talking about the heat race, and if you don't make the feature, the best place you can finish is third. That would give you potentially the pole position for your semifinal. Rakowski ran it wide in turn 4 into the final corner to begin the white flag lap. We're going to be looking at best of the rest, as I think McFarland and Peterson, that's pretty settled. Rakowski and Angie, V2 going into turn 1. Rakowski misses the corner. Angie looks to the inside, hits the grip, stays 2 on.
Beautifully done.
Beautiful pass. I was going to say, came over across into Rakowski, back up the carousel. She returns the favor from the 7 from earlier on into turn number 4. Car length between them, that might be settled. Over the jump to cross the start-finish line. Pole position for Sonoma for Evan McFarland. Russell Peterson will come home in the 2nd spot. And it looks like it's going to be best of the rest for Steve Angie in the 7, ahead of Rakowski and Rateau.
What a result. Steve Angie comes in and, like I said, he gets that position back that he probably was fighting for that whole time just to get himself back in the fight for an LCQ.
Take a look at the grid for heat number 2. Alex Abetty, Josh Klog, the last 2 champions of the series in this heat race. Chris Wetz, Jake Robichaux, Vinny Sowers to round out that grid. And Abetty versus Klog, we saw numerous times throughout this season, have dueled, and this is going to be no exception for these two as we get ready for the 2nd heat race.
Very pumped for this one. Alex Abetty and Josh Klog are two of the faster drivers in our series and some of the best in racecraft, and here they go.
Green flag. Abetty leads off the line compared to Klog. Clears him into turn 1. Wetz on 2 wheels. Gets passed by Robichaux in the 69. Remember, no jokers off the start. And Abetty, champion of the series in 2022B. Klog, twice a champion, most recently last season, 2023A. Robichaux, Wetz, and Sowers in the back of the grid. Into turn number 1. According to iRacing, it's turn number 3. This track is all different because of the different location of the grid. And I'll tell you, Klog was fast in the light yesterday, bearing down on Abetty in the 99. Couple car lengths between them. We'll take a look and see. Will there be jokers? Klog, very quick through the uphill in turns 3 and 4 there. Car length between them. Abetty jokers gets nudged by Klog. Contact between them. Abetty saves it, and he misses the joker gantry.
Oh, but that's going to be a massive penalty for that. Actually, he went around that post, and that usually hits drivers pretty hard. We're going to see what comes down.
As you talked about it,
actually not seeing anything from the sim at all, Josh. So he managed to keep something in line somewhere. I'm not seeing any penalty for him at all going through here. So he managed to cling on. We'll have to see if that gets added on post-race. We'll have to
I was just about to say, you mentioned in the drivers' meeting, he jokered from driver's left. When you got a guy behind you, you can't make that decision that late. And that contact was really all on him. Wetz and Robichaux have been battling for best of the rest right now. So what's interesting is Klog obviously didn't joker. This is going to be a good battle when they both come together, I think.
Oh yeah, Josh Klog just needs to capitalize maybe on some left rear damage from Abetty and hope that he didn't get anything. He doesn't look terribly scuffed out of that incident, so we'll see what he has in the tank. If he can bridge that gap, he's got a surefire shot with that joker to make it, Josh.
As Abetty, 41.0, 41.1 for Klog. It did count that as a joker for Abetty, so no issue there for the tie driver. Robichaux and Wetz battling for third still. 71 versus 69. Chris Wetz, very good in the Sports Car Challenge, and of course, always the bridesmaid, never the bride in Rallycross, as we take cross flags halfway home in heat number 2. Chris Wetz, the man that's raced in at least one race in all 28 seasons of this championship, as Jake Robichaux jokers, and your old man
sends it.
I was going to say your old man threw it off the road in front of Wetz. Fastest lap for Klog, 40.8. The last lap for Abetty, 41.2. 4/10 up was the man from Maryland.
I'm glad you said that, Josh. I was watching that exact thing on my that exact stat on my screen. I wanted to see what Josh was at when he absolutely obliterated turn 1. He's pushing so hard right now to catch a Betty. You can just see it in his body language, his racing body language. We talked about that the other night, Josh, on Sports Car. He's fighting real hard.
2 laps to go. One of my favorite things is just observing. You can observe how quick someone's pushing, just like a Betty. He knows he doesn't have the delta over Josh Klog. He was a 10th down. I feel like he's got some heavy rear end damage, whether it's from the whack with Klog or the whack with the tire barrier, entering the Joker for the 99. So the Tide driver trying everything he can. Gap is 0.6 of a second. The delta was a couple seconds in lights. I'm not sure what it is here in supercars, but Klog knows this. He's a smart man. We talk about this with Klog. He's going to run his own race. And if he passes you, he passes you. And if he doesn't, he doesn't. He's one of the chillest guys I've seen in NASA sim racing.
Absolutely. And he knows if he just sits there, he gets a good result at the end of the year. He's just so patient and smart. Very, very high racing IQ. And right now, you know what? This is the turn right here that Abedi seems to struggle with. And I think it's that left rear damage. It's Klog always, I know Klog's got some left rear damage now too, but he seems to always have a run up here at the top of the hill. And then Abedi has that second sector.
Betty hit the curve, and the problem is if you don't catch the car, you have to basically preempt what the car wants to do. He hit the curve and missed the second part of that grip strip in the 99, and I think it's a formality that Klog will win this heat race, but we'll just have to wait and see. Final corner for Betty. Jokering is Klog.
Yeah, I think that's a win.
As we take a look, beautiful camera work from Bryan Sawyer. Josh Klog wins Heat 2. Transferring as Betty is a Betty. Best of the rest will be Wetz in the 71 over Robichaux in the 69.
Just narrowly. Look at that. And Vince Sowers comes in.
Well done, Drew.
Actually, he's just parked there.
As our graphic goes away, Heat number 1, just a reminder, it was Russell Peterson who finished second and transferred. Just saying that for Bryan as he's trying to fix some stuff.
Good to see you.
Grid for Heat 3, Robbie Larill, Justin Ament, Matty Grove, Robbie Kirtley, Matt Hartley. So our former champion in 2020A
will coming out, Matty.
Grid in 5th for Heat number 3. We talk about the golden horseshoe of Robbie Kirtley. What's going to happen for the man from Virginia, as he has had wonderful luck, and both of my cars are in this heat race, which that's going to be a rough one. No Magnus Okenhaug, he missed the driver's meeting, so no pressure, guys. It's the 2 JC SimSport cars. We won last week in Bark River, and who knows what will happen with Hartley and Ament as we wait for Robbie Larill in the 213.
And Robbie Larill, the guy we're waiting on, is going to be the one to beat tonight. He's looking real sharp. If he can get out and away, he's looking good.
We get ready for Heat 3. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network if you like what you see. Green flag. Ament was backing up off the line. Larill takes the lead off the line down to the first corner. He leads. Ament side by side with Sportsman champion-elect Grove in the 472. Grove filters the third. Hartley and Kirtley in 4th and 5th. Larill drifts through the first or second corner, I should say, over the jump. Leads ahead of Ament, ahead of Grove, ahead of Hartley, as trading paints on Bryan's end is a little broken. Ament is for sure still on my team. I promise I didn't fire him. He gets a much better run in the first bit of turn 1 compared to Larill. Hartley sneaking to the inside of Grove in the 472. Can he make it stick? He cannot. Down the hill, back up the hill. Larill, Ament. Hartley's going to try again in turn number 4. So easy to run the car 4 off or be slow through this section. One of the most important sectors of this track. Such a flowing track, really. I say that turn 1 and turn 4 are important, and that's like half the track. Jokering is Hartley, and at the end of the first lap, it looks like Larill will hold the lead over Hartley, battling with his teammate Ament.
Oh, we've got a Joker in real quick, and Hartley just comes in, sneaks right in behind Robbie Larill there in first place, but Robbie Larill is absolutely looking smooth and calm tonight. If he can hold off Matt Hartley here, who's coming in on a nice run up the hill. Such an important section, like you said.
The Australian got the grip on the right front through the left, the only left-hand corner on this track, unless you count the little jaunt to the left after this right-hand corner. As we run off into the NASCAR runoff of the short chute, Larill will respond to Hartley to take his Joker in the 213.
Yep, and he's going to grab that lead back. I think he wants to get out and away from Hartley. He's put a little bit of pressure on him there, and I don't blame him. I'd want to get that clean air too and just try and finish up this race and finish strong.
not being biased, it's actually kind of anti-biased against my car. Matt Hartley, one of the most passionate drivers in the NASA Rallycross Challenge, but as a result, becomes a ping pong ball and was disqualified from last week's race after the antics when he was spinning like a top trying to get back going after flipping from the second spot. So we of course enjoy some fun here in NASA, but when you're a little bit too aggressive, as Hartley has been, the consequences, unfortunately, are a little steep. Justin Ament holds third, Kirtley and Grove in the back of the field. I don't believe our sportsman champion-elect has jokered. Kirtley has, and Ament has not. So 2 have not jokered, 3 have, as we take cross flags in heat number 3.
Yeah, you're right, and the leads are just kind of, everybody's staggered out, placed in where they should be. There's only, like you said, Matt Grove and Justin Ament who haven't done that. Justin Ament might actually have a good little striking distance on Hartley here if he can do a little bit of work in this next lap or so. Let's see if he's got anything here. It's going to be real tight coming out of this exit.
The man from Arizona trying to race his teammate. The man from Australia, Ament will joker. Turns in. Hartley's got a jump. We take 2 laps to go and put Ament to the transfer in the 6.
Right at the line. Well done.
2 laps to go for Ament. Larill resets fastest lap. It was Hartley's last time. Now it's a 40.8 for Larill, side by side between the teammates. Oh, please don't crash each other. As Ament holds the spot. Hartley got the surge over the crest, but Ament holds driver's left. He has the momentum. Down the hill, back up the hill. Hartley peeks to the inside. Thought better of it. Ament into the wall. In the 6. The commentator's curse.
The patience from Hartley pays off big time. He saw an opportunity to maybe go outside in that corner going up the hill, but he eased off and he just sat back, and look at that big mistake from Ament. He gives that position up to him.
White flag for the man from Louisiana, Robbie Larill, in car number 213 for KES Racing. Now it's Matt Hartley, who did not qualify in car number 50 for JC Simsport. He sits in the 2nd spot. Ament on the outside looking in. Grove and Kirtley also on the outside looking in the 472 and the 024. Final half a lap for Robbie Larill, who ran a 40.962, matched his fastest lap from lap 4. So once Larill gets into a groove, this is scary. And Hartley ran a 40.9 as well. So these two in a league of their own. Final corner, Robbie Larill over the jump. He will win heat number 3, transferring as Hartley, as it looks like best of the rest will be Justin Ament, Matty Grove, and Robbie Kirtley.
What a phenomenal little heat 3 that was, Josh. Robbie Larill takes it home.
Takes the fastest lap too, for good measure.
Sorry, and only by 9/100ths though over Matt Hartley. So what a performance all around.
I apologize.
Sounds like they made contact, Grove and Kirtley,
I was just all out. Sorry.
In the Joker. Grid for heat 4.
Know if you had one or not.
Ragster, Winecki, Dubois, and Matty Morris.
No contact, but I apologize for making you break like that.
So, Cody Winecki, the overall Endurance Cup champion.
Great race, brother.
And a couple times a Sportsman race winner and the winner in Bark River overall in the 903. Top Box Racing became the latest team to win in the NASA Rallycross Challenge.
Remember, 1 joker.
As we get ready for this 4th and final heat race, Ragster, Winecki, Dubois, and Matty Morris, 6 laps here in Sonoma. Green flag off the line. Winecki blitzes Ragster down to the 1st corner, and he will hold the spot. It's an even split between the middle and the inside line for starts here in Sonoma. Down to the 2nd corner. Winecki leads Ragster, misses the apex quite a bit. Ragster from California trying to sneak in for the man from Arizona, Cody Winecki. Matty Morris from Illinois. Eric Dubois from Maine in 3rd and 4th. Down to the real 1st corner for the first time. And you get so much speed on that 1st lap, and you're so focused on the guys you're racing, completely miss the grip strip until you get into your zone. Winecki holds the lead, but Ragster got a much better run. Car length between them. Winecki holds it compared to Ragster. Will we see some jokers? Winecki misses the corner. And we'll take a look. Matty Morris in the 24 sneaking into the picture as well. Will we see a joker? We will not from the top 2, but Morris does in the 24. And put the man in the Ford Fiesta in the lead. Ragster sideways over the jump, battling Winecki, Justin.
Ooh, he's a bit loose coming off the end. He's pushing really, really hard. And, I mean, what a performance from Cody right now as he takes it really deep, and that's going to be a slowdown. Oh, four off right there. Savian just has to wait for him to get out of the way and take that spot back. Yeah, and now he's got a hunt going on. So that's brutal. That's brutal. Commentator's curse, I guess. I was just going to talk about how great he's been doing this season, Cody. And I mean, mistake aside, he's still been a very, very improved driver this season. He still hasn't
finished that slowdown either.
No, it's lingering on.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, he just gets it.
So now, and I hate that I cut you off.
No, you're good.
He's going to joker, but it's, wow, that's going to be crucial because now this might put Morris holding the transfer spot pretty firm. He sets fastest lap. Ragster rips the curve. He doesn't go off the track. It's so harrowing to have that car angled that way. You are pointed towards the grass, pointed towards the mound, and you're like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen?
Yeah, and it's pretty unpredictable. Sometimes you get gripped just the right way, and the Subaru grips a lot different than the other vehicles as well. And yeah, it starts to yank, and it can be a bit difficult. But an expert driver or somebody who's very familiar with the weight of their car and what's going on can definitely counteract that and use it to their advantage big time. And we're seeing that with the top six. Those guys in those 40-second lap time ranges, they're the ones using that.
Cross flags halfway home for heat number 4 here in Sonoma. Gap is about a second from Morris to Ragster. Ragster has not jokered, nor has Dubois. If I was Morris, don't worry about Ragster. He can take that win. I'd be worried about Winnecke. Winnecke was 3/10 up on Morris that last time around. Morris showing pace in the 24. He's ebbed and flowed on his pace. We talked about Winnecke being an improving driver. Matty Morris has improved as well. 4 Squadra Stun Zed. Him and Russell Peterson doing a lot of testing, I know. When I talked to them a couple of weeks ago, and Matt Morris takes 2 laps to go, 40.9 compared to Ragster and Winnecke, 41.1.
And I'm just watching Matty Morris right here now. He's obviously not going to keep this position on Savian Ragster when he goes in.
Ragster got to slow down.
Oh, he did. And we talk about how easy it is. Just everyone's falling victim to it tonight, and it's brutal here.
It's still not served for the 91, I don't think.
He just got it now. So he's, yeah. That almost takes him out of striking distance on Matt Morris here. Does that remove the delta?
We'll have to see. The gap is 2.5. Man, let's call it 2. Winnecke hasn't jokered yet. Morris takes the white flag. So we talk about Clog just kind of sneaking his way into the picture. What about Matty Morris just running his own race?
Yeah, he just took, honestly, he took that joker, and I kind of thought that was a bad decision. And maybe I was a bit too harsh with that first thought, but he is running away. He's making some pace, capitalizing on some mistakes, and it happens. I say Savian Ragster's kind of dropping down. He's still going to transfer
into the fence.
Mistakes.
In the 903.
Yeah, that drops him out. But even if Savian still transfers in second, it's still positions here. We're going to find out here now with Savian dipping down in the joker.
Oh, it's no contest. Morris versus Ragster. It looks close at the line.
Oh, wow.
But that slowdown killed Ragster. Transferring is the 91. Winnecke and Dubois, best of the rest.
Wow, what a heater. Like I said, he still transfers, but that one mistake, it's going to cost you a few positions in that feature, and that's never a good thing with the field that we have here.
We're already on the first semifinal this evening here in California. Angie, Amet, Rakowski, Grove, and Rateau, and we only have a 10-car feature this evening, so one of these cars will make the feature. The rest of them will go home. This is we know Rakowski's got pace. We know Grove has pace. We know Angie had his issues. This is going to be a brawl, I think, down to turn 1 as we get ready. 5-lap semifinal here in Sonoma. Green flag. It's an even start for the top 2. Down to the first corner. Ament pulls Angie. Rateau sneaks into the picture. Ament gets tagged by Angie. They're side by side. They make contact again. And Angie in the middle of the track gets hit by Grove and take the 7 out of it. And what's super crucial in Rallycross is when you make one mistake, it begins to compound the issue. I'm the master of that. I can tell you that. Rakowski to the inside of Rateau, and contact between both of them. And now Steve Angie way out of a transfer spot here in Sonoma.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And those are that's a bad spot for incidents. all diving down all together.
I think Matt got to slow down on the 6.
He did. I'm watching it right now, and he's just cleared it now.
Put Grove in the 472.
But that's brutal. They are so nasty here in that section. They really do punish the drivers for getting off the track because like the grip strips are they're not unfair, but you do get quite an advantage by getting those tires on there. A lot of grip.
Rakowski Jokers in the 999 at the end of the first lap. Grove leads. Ament in second. Rakowski in third. Remember, she won in Sportsman here. When we were here in 2022B, it was her first win. So she's got pace here. Ripping the grip strip, holding the line. Oh, that's so close. Is that a slowdown for the 999?
And that's a black flag sent out for Jess Rakowski. She's getting it down now, and you can see her pulling off. And again, it's brutal. Let's see if she can clear it. It's still hanging on.
Still hanging on
another
for the
position.
999.
It's gone now, but side by side with Olivia Rateau now. And loses another spot.
Over under. Ament Jokers in the 6. Trying to join his teammate Matt Hartley in the feature. We take cross flags halfway in the semifinal. Ament leads Grove, leads Angie, Rateau and Rakowski battling for the 4th spot. And we mention it every single show. Every position matters in NASA Sim Racing, and these guys and girls racing for last like it's for the race win, Justin.
Oh, they're going for points. Let's be honest. Points matter here. The overall standings, while it's it doesn't matter at this point, it's still something that we all look at and we take pride in. So when a driver can etch their name just one number up with a good performance at the end of the year, I mean, why not? Let's go all out. It's NASA Sim Racing.
As Grove will joker in the 472. We're going to take 2 laps to go. Ament has to take the jump as we take a look at that beautiful camera again. Knowing Grove, he won't lift. Down to the first corner, put the 472 to the lead, but Ament has the run on the outside, misses the corner. Line. Grove hits the first bit. Can Ament surge back mid-corner? No, he can't. Put Maddie Grove to the race lead. Steve Angie sets fastest lap at a 40.407, 0.8 of a second faster than the next closest car.
Look at that, and all the Joker strategies are done now, so it's just clinging on for positions at the moment. Where they are is where they are. Maddie Grove's looking to hold off this position on Justin Ament here.
So right now, as we take the white flag, Matt Morris is by himself in the Sportsman Cup for Sonoma. So if Grove can hold on, that'll be a good duel, but Ament doesn't want to lose this spot for the feature, I should say. 41.9 for Ament, 41.4 for Grove.
Oh, and that's a black flag for
Ament in the 6.
And that's it. Pushing a bit too hard. Sonoma's a track that's just going to punish a driver for pushing way too hard there. You need to be patient and look for a driver to make a mistake somewhere else.
Off the road in the 6. We talk about it. It's like beating a dead horse, but I can tell you it's like a second and a half if you go all 4 onto that grass going up the carousel. Final corner for our sportsman champion-elect, Maddie Grove. He'll be our 9th seed this evening, as 11th is Ament. Best of the rest in car number 6.
What a solid performance.
Great race,
just holds the strategy off and comes in at the end and takes that win.
13th overall, Steve Angie. 15th, Rakowski. And 17th will be Olivier Rateau. So we got 1 spot left to decide. And Chris Wetz, Cody Wienecke, Jake Robichaux, Eric Dubois, Vinny Sowers.
Made out of like indestructible material?
And Robbie Kirtley.
Bro, I got a horseshoe stuck in my boot.
Not sure. Did you set the time to dark on this session, Justin? Because it's set to 8:30. Hopefully they'll be able to see.
Joker.
Well, the sun said it's set at 20 after 8. The feature should end before that, but yeah, I guess I didn't count for the hills.
In sim time, it's 8:30. We'll just have to figure it out. Welcome to NASA Green Flag. Wetz gets a good jump over Wienecke and Robichaux down to the first corner. Wetz leads ahead of Wienecke. Wienecke battling Rakowski for 2nd place in that Sportsman Cup. Rakowski didn't make it. Dubois passes Robichaux in the 69, and this is going to be a duel for the transfer spot. As we begin the first lap proper, Wetz holds the spot over Wienecke. I'm going to find it really funny if the track goes completely dark for this feature and they can't blame me for once. As Wetz
it'll be
over
me.
Wienecke.
Yeah, it'll be me for sure.
Wetz misses the corner. Wienecke sneaks to the inside in the 903, make it the outside for the 4th corner. Ooh. And Wetz defensive driving in the 71.
Yeah, he's holding it off, and this is going to be a feisty battle for first because we're looking at the last spot to go into the feature tonight. So these drivers are all or nothing at this moment.
Winecki jokers in the 903. Wetz is in second. Vinny Sowers pulled over on the side of the road. I don't know if he turned Dubois or Kirtley, but he let whoever it was by. So now Winecki has to make sure that he doesn't make any mistakes, because if he makes it into this feature, he'll pretty much seal second place in the Sportsman Championship, but he still have to fight Matty Grove and Matty Morris for that spot. Taking a look on monitor, Kirtley, Robichaux, and Dubois battling for third in this semifinal. As Robichaux, Kirtley, Dubois all running off the road. Dubois has jokered. Winecki has jokered. The others have not. Vinny Sowers has pulled off the road. Wetz has not jokered in the 71. Jokering is Jake Robichaux. He's got some damage in the 69. Looks like it, at least.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of damage, probably from some contact there with a bit of drivers. I mean, they were under a blanket for a little bit there. But Cody Winecki, he's got to hold off Chris Wetz. Chris Wetz just needs to stay focused, because he's a joker away from taking this transfer spot, and there's a bit of a mistake there, and you have to think if that's a slowdown.
It is.
And it's not.
No, it's not. No
it's
black
not
flag.
For Chris. He's a bit lucky there. He just has to refocus, though. That he looked a bit spooked by that.
Robichaux and Dubois both got to slow down. We took a look on monitor. Robichaux hit the curb and flew in the 69. 2 laps to go for Winecki in the 903. Evan McFarlane came over voice chat and said it might get dark by the end of this, so hopefully they'll be able to see. I can't get over that, as look how dark it is, and there's no headlights on these cars, as it looks like there is, but there is not for some reason, as it looks like your dad's called it quits in the 69. Winecki on board, as we can still see, according to Bryan Sawyer, they can still see, so it's no TV magic. They see what we see here on board. So Winecki hits the wall. Wetz is going to joker on the last lap, like he has for the past 11 years. He's going to steal this away, I think. The Delta looking good for the man from Texas, Justin.
Oh, it is, and he's, like I said, he just has to take a deep breath and not push too hard in these first couple sections that are incredibly unforgiving. He doesn't really need to. And he's off a bit there. He's still pretty clean, but he gets a good run up here and comes down. He's still got it. He's still got it.
The gap is a second between Winecki and Wetz. Wetz got through that tricky part, like you mentioned. Winecki off the road in the 903. We should expect the joker rotation to unravel. Final corner. Chris Wetz makes the right-hand corner, takes the joker. Easy transfer for the man from Texas. He's our 10th and final seed. His best of the rest is Winecki in the 903.
What a great run.
Well done, Chris Wetz.
12th Winecki, 14th Kirtley, 16th Dubois, 18th Jake Robichaux, and 19th Vinny Sowers. As qualifying is over in Sonoma. Hopefully it's not completely dark when we come back, but the feature up next.
They're not turning on.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you. I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous with your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
side, nearly 3 wide of Met and Palacio. Front bumper of Betty down to turn 2. Clog takes the lead. Real still has him jokered inside. Clog on McKenna. Contact between them. Well, Romain Rateau has led all evening long, but Schofield to the inside, and he makes it stick. Funny story about Bryan Sawyer. He showed up to the track 5 minutes ago with 0 practice, and each lap increasing in pace for the man from Wisconsin. Mertz deep on the brakes in the 812, clobbering the curve to get by Olivier Rateau.
Inside your office.
We welcome you back to round 246 of the championship overall and round 10 of the 28th season of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge here in Sonoma, unintentionally having a night race because Justin Robichaux doesn't know how to make sections, with Bryan Sawyer in the production truck, 2022A Supercar Sportsman Champion Justin Robichaux next to me in the commentary box. My name is Josh Mertz, live on the Automotive Sports Network. Just a reminder, our series is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit OSSCenter.com. Thank you so much to Rob Hartland for yet another season of support of the NASA Rallycross Challenge. Coverage also brought to you by NordVPN for up to 63% off a 2-year plan. Visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. And finally, our cameras for the entire season provided by TrackCams22.com. Justin, I was going to ask you for a prediction. We can't see. We can't see. So what's going to happen?
What was the prediction?
The prediction is nobody makes turn 1?
It's down there somewhere. Let's go on board and see if they can see anything. That's quite dark.
Justin says, yeah, they can see.
Brake lights. At least there's brake.
Oh boy, everybody's struggling to find how to turn up their brightness on their monitors.
Where's the gamma? There's somebody in chat already. Like, where's the brightness setting? Yeah.
Oh boy.
This is welcome to NASA, right? So I'm gonna make a mental. Well, actually, no, I'm gonna make a physical note to not take the 818 sunset. Oh no! I didn't account for mountains in Sonoma at all. Like 818 sunset was just like, yeah, that was with no mountains. I was picturing this beautiful sun over everything, but
McFarland, Clog, Larill, Morris, Peterson, Abetty, Hartley, Ragster, Grove, Wetz. I'm going to try my best. Man, welcome to NASA Sim Racing.
Might as well just blindfold everybody.
As we thank you for joining us all season long for the 28th season of the NASA Rallycross Challenge. Robbie Larill says, I practice in the dark, so he certainly got a good start. It's been a wonderful season, and 2023C going to start soon. Everybody. We get ready to go green in Sonoma, California. Green flag off the line. Clog gets a terrible jump compared to Larill down to the first corner. Morris hits Ragster, who hits Clog in the 199. We come together in the first corner. Surprisingly, everyone is still going down to turn number 2. Ragster, Clog, Hartley in the 50. Morris, as Abetty gets by Grove, and Morris in the 24, and he's going to try and surge past Hartley as Wetz side by side with Grove. I'm squinting, trying to make it through as McFarland is in the 10th spot down to the first corner. Grove nearly makes contact with the 24 of Morris. And Robbie Larill gone out and away from the rest of the field.
I'm surprised he said he practiced at night. He probably did 300 laps here. He's just out in the way.
McFarland on the outside of Morris. We can't see him, but he certainly made a wonderful move on the man from Illinois and took the spot off the road when a Betty. I think that's a Betty. In the 99 it is. Apologies here. Is it darker? Oh my God, Justin, it's getting darker.
Those mountains are so tall, Josh. They're swallowing the sun.
It is completely pitch black here in Sonoma.
I wish these cars had headlights now.
Oh, that would be
terrible.
that'd be wonderful if they did, but they don't. Robbie Larill, Peterson, Hartley in third, McFarland, Ragster, Clog, Grove, Abedi. I apologize for my commentary style either, because I can't even tell what's going on. Morris and Wetz, it looks like, in the back of the... Don't even bother, Brian. Just turn it on a blimp cam, because I can handle it from here. But Clog goes off the track. Not that we can see, but he's battling with Grove. Peterson in the 59 holds in second. Larill hits the curb in turn 1. So Russell Peterson sets a lap 42.5. Who needs rain when you can't see what's going on? Larill, Peterson, Hartley, McFarland. I'm never gonna let you live this down, Justin. Just so you know.
This is terrible. This is NASA, but I put way too much sugar in it.
You need to apologize profusely to this field.
I didn't even put sugar in it. I accidentally grabbed salt and the top popped off, and I went, that's okay.
It's the end of the season. Nothing really matters. Good thing all the championships are settled. As we begin lap 4, Larill, Peterson, Hartley. That's our podium right now. Ragster, McFarland, Grove, Clog, Morris, Wetz, and Abedi in 10th. And you can tell the guys who, on the internal feed from Bryan Sawyer. This is great. Robbie Larill holds the lead. You can tell that he practices. This guy's a madman. Practicing in the dark, and he's ripping the lines like it's complete. Like it's completely bright.
He's probably actually blindfolded. He just took the VR headset off, and he's just driving from memory.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing right. I mean, I can't see, but I can't believe what I'm seeing, what little I'm seeing. Peterson holds second, Hartley third.
Oh, I hope some of them are having fun.
All you can see is brake lights. Hartley to the inside of Peterson in the 50 on the 59. This is for second. Russell Peterson trying to go for his first podium. Can't see what's going on, but it's all okay. McFarland in fourth. Ragster, Clog, Abedi, Grove, Morris, and Wetz has parked it. And Larill, this is unbelievable. I cannot understand how Robbie Larill is still running decent lap times.
I can't fucking see you, dude.
Russell Peterson gives up the second spot.
I can't understand how the sim so drastically underestimated Sunset at the track. They clearly just don't care.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you. What situation did you do?
Brian's in my ear saying, no, you did. Which, he's not. I totally did. It was on me.
Bro,
now he's telling me how mountains work.
McFarland has crashed into the start gantry at the 04. Nobody can see.
He's a pillar.
Oh, no.
McFarland has crashed
on
the
brakes
pillar.
So the lights are on.
At least you can see a little bit. Where's our race leader? Hartley, where's our leader? Okay, he's still way up front. Let me try and find the timing and scoring as
Robbie's on rails still. He's like a slot
3 seconds. I can't even commentate this because I can't see. So Hartley holding
up a little bit, but it's still tough.
Hartley holding second. Welcome to NASA. This is not normally this bad. As Larill, Hartley, Russell going for second, but he can't see to make the move on Hartley for second here. So Russell holding third, Ragster and Abedi holding this. They're battling for the fourth spot. Door checking are the teammates, and Abedi goes to the fourth spot. So McFarland,
he was so far behind most of this race, and you can tell he just sat and waited.
I've said it every lap, but I can't believe that Robbie Larill, without fear, Justin, is making laps in the complete darkness like nothing has ever happened. This is the best performance. This is the best performance I've seen in 11 years. This is outstanding.
I mean, to be fair, he's doing 42-second lap times. Matt Hartley put up a 41.7 here. But just wow, he's just driving through the track like that's
I don't have anything else to say. Apologies for all of our fans that are trying to watch this race, as we have a decent-sized crowd.
Blame this one. can blame
it on Justin.
This one's my fault. Wow. All right, so I'm gonna whip out what's the tool that you look for, the horizon and mountains and stuff. I'm just gonna read up on mountains tonight.
I know they don't have mountains in the east side of Canada. I know you don't understand how that works.
We have a lot of mountains down here.
Well, clearly you don't, and you don't know how sun works.
I don't know how mountains without trees work, apparently.
So Larill has led since the drop or the invisible nature of the green flag.
Just walking away with it.
There's nothing on the screen right now.
Sneaks his way into third.
Grove and Morris and Hartley. Hartley has fallen from a podium spot. Clog is off the road. He gets drilled by Hartley in the 50. Well done, Matty, as he takes out Josh Clog in the 199. So, Larill still holds the lead. He has led since, I'd say, lights out. Literally since lights out.
Literally lights out.
Russell Peterson now back in second. Matty Grove is in the third spot as Morris, these guys battling for Sportsman and for third on the podium. As Robbie Larill, on the white flag, has hit the curb and he spins on the white flag lap!
The one mistake.
Oh my goodness, and he can't see where to go, obviously.
He's got some time.
The gap is 1 second. Where is Larill? He's back going again in the 213. Half a second between them. I know you can't see, but this is the battle for the race lead.
Russell's right there hanging on. It's right in front of him.
We had broadcast issues one season where I had to do a radio style. We really got to do a radio style. We got two guys going for their first overall win, and you can't see what's going on. Final corner for Robbie Larill and Russell Peterson. What'll happen? Deep on the brakes. Will Robbie miss the corner? Russell makes the corner over the jump, and it's finally going to happen, and you can't see it. Robbie Larill wins in Sonoma, California, ahead of Russell Peterson. Matty Grove in third. Fourth is Matty Morris right off the podium, and in true NASA fashion, pitch black. Wow. And Evan McFarland not happy.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed. Sorry, guys.
Larill, Peterson, Grove, Morris, Clog, Ragster, Hartley, Betty, McFarland, Wetz, and Justin. I'd like for you to get on the feed there
ran into
because nobody can see.
Blind, so. Other than that, I'll take a third place overall. Sorry.
I can't even see anything at this point either. The sun has practically disappeared for us.
As 10-4, Matty. If I would have known that was you when we started bumping, I'd have yelled to grab your e-brake too.
Yeah, copy, brother. No worries.
Luckily,
always a pleasure to be racing with you, though, my friend.
We can't see, and luckily the championships are sealed.
More than most is more practice, like with you guys, actually side by side, having some fun every now and then. Fuck racing.
Let's pull in our podium here. And let's find Matty Grove. And we go back to when we could see. As Matt Hartley not pleased, apologies there. And we're going to bring in Matty Grove. I'll handle this one. Blame Justin for not being able to set the session correctly. I guess talk me through your race. What could you see?
I'm going to be real honest, guys. Justin, other than the fact that was a very, very unique experience, sir. So other than the mess of bumping and grinding and running into each other, my God, was that different. It was a lot of trusting the guys in front of me and being in this league. I definitely knew whose brake lights to follow and be able to wholeheartedly trust it. I can tell you, though, this in VR is insane in this Fiesta. But yeah, other than that, I'll take it all day long. Everybody else's misfortune, and I don't know how we pulled it off blind, but I'll take it, man.
As a little icing on the cake is you opened the season with a sportsman win in Scotland, you won in Atlanta, and now, as the champion-elect, you get your third sportsman win. So how we feeling with contenders next season coming up?
Man, I'm just going to put it out there like this. The NASA squad, as far as drivers and all the racing in here, it doesn't matter where I end up. The driving from everybody is phenomenal in this league for the most part. Yeah, there's misfortunes. Yeah, there's accidents. But I mean, at the end of the day, that it happens in real racing. So big shout out to my wife and kids again. Always putting up with me down here in the sim rig, burning laps. Big shout out to NASA Sim Racing, www.nasasimracing.com. Come get with us. If you're on iRacing and you're racing Rallycross and you're not in our Discord, I promise you, you're missing something. Come find your home just as well, like I did. This is only my second season. So big shout out again, ASN, NASA Sim Racing, Slaypex Racing, my dudes on the team, Jake. We're going to be pushing him next year extra hard. Cody, thank you for all your help. I know you couldn't be here this evening. We missed you for sure. Looking forward to hopefully having another 3-car team filled for next season. Other than that, I'm not even low key sad. I'm pretty sad that we're off until October officially. The last 2 weekends or last 2 Mondays of September, we do have 2 practice races coming out. Practice sessions, test sessions. If you're on iRacing, look for them on Monday, 8 Eastern. The last 2 weekends of September, I do believe it is. Or the last weekend of September, first weekend of October. So come check us out, get with us, and come do some rally racing with us.
I was just going to ask who do you like to thank, but you stole that. You took those words out of my mouth. So congratulations on the win, my friend. Congratulations on the championship, even though we couldn't see what was happening, as an overall podium, I think, for the first time as well. So good run, my friend, and we will see you next season.
Thank you, guys. We'll be looking forward to it. Keep up with us, nasasimracing.com, and we'll see you guys all out here 2023 Season C.
As Justin Robichaux is fanning fire, and he's also having to handle an interview. So we're going to bring in our second place man, Russell Peterson. Justin Robichaux, all yours.
Hey, Russell. How's it going?
Hey, Justin. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. It's probably not the type of interview you want to be having. It's not an incredible win. We're fanning flames at the moment. Not too many people are pleased. I mean, I'm sure you're happy with your result. How did you find the race? Even though we couldn't even see anything out there.
Well, that's actually I want the first question for you guys. Could you guys see the race?
Barely.
Not really.
Barely.
Okay.
Not
okay.
Really.
Yeah. And it's that, but we were having to drive through it, guys. So pretty tough stuff. I was just talking about it with Robbie in the cool down room, and I don't want to spoil his side of it, but it's definitely. I'm definitely looking forward to next season for some more consistency, because this was one of those tough things where the randomness is good but can create some major issues. So we're looking forward to next season as a team. This race is behind us now. We had some great results and some fun this season, but just really looking forward to work on next season.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Russell. The always humble Russell Peterson. You have anybody to thank, buddy?
Yeah, first I want to thank our team sponsor, Mavericks Broadband, based out of Colorado. If you guys need fiber options, they are there. They have given us a little boost that we needed for this season and seasons coming forward, being our title sponsor, giving us more resources so that we can create a better team. So big thanks to the sponsor, big thanks to the team for putting in the work to get us to where we are and get us taking them to the next step. And then want to thank you guys in the broadcast booth for putting on a good show, the other drivers for putting in good work all season, and the fans for coming out.
Thank you, Russell. We'll see you next season.
Sounds good. Thanks.
One more. Robbie LaReal, Justin Robichaux, all yours.
Hey, Robbie. Wow, you barely made that one through at the end with a big mistake, but we were all kind of laughing. You looked like a slot car out there, even in pitch black when we couldn't see. You said you practiced at night. How much did you actually practice at night? Because you looked razor sharp.
Well, honestly, I run practice. We did Phoenix like that too. We ran it in the dark just to try to gauge where the track is. It's been a while since I ran this one at night, but I mean, this was like my prime time zone. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I know it sucked for a lot of guys, and VR, every time somebody comes on the radio, it would blind me. But yeah, I was good as long as I kept my momentum. Once I hit that turtle at the end, I didn't even know where I was at anymore, so I was trying to find the track again.
Yeah, and I want to apologize for that too. That the session went a little bit later than.
It was prime time for me. This is my first NASA win, and with the luck I have, yeah, with the luck I have, though, I mean, for the conditions it was, I mean, I feel pretty good about it. I feel bad for Evan because Evan put in a lot of time on this track and all that, and it was really fast. But I mean, it happens, you know. It's all good.
And we don't want to see that stuff happen on race day, but we'll like Russell said, we're everybody's looking forward to some consistency, and we'll get back to that and make it all right. But great win out there, Robbie. Awesome performance. I mean, you proved to everybody that practice literally can make perfect even in the dark. So great win, buddy, and enjoy and have a great off season. Anybody you'd like to thank, buddy?
Yeah, I'd like to thank KES and my PIC, Evan. I'm sorry, Evan. I know you would have won this if it wasn't dark, but he's been good to me. He's a good partner to run with, and he's gotten super fast in a short amount of time. It's just amazing. And I want to thank y'all. I appreciate it. I love y'all commentating. That's why I do it.
As before we let you go, you have become the 43rd driver in the history of the championship over 11 years to win a race, and it has finally happened, and nobody was able to see it in true NASA fashion. So good race, my friend, and we'll see you next season.
All right, buddy. See y'all then.
As there's a lot of people that are upset, and I will publicly say if it was not the end of the season, or the championships were on the line, we probably would have reset. And I kind of feel like we should have reset. Kind of like sitting here. I don't even know what is the feet in the mouth phrase, or foot in the mouth. You know, it's
yeah.
Either way, go ahead.
I can tell you right now, just looking at the chat, that I've yet to really catch up on. It's been gut punch after gut punch. So yeah, I'm kind of with you there. We probably should have just reset the session and done another race. I'm still kind of just mulling over the fact that should we just line it up again and
I'd be down for that.
Fresh. Hey, you know what? If you're around and we can get the drivers back, we should just do that. Throw up the bloop and just sit it out for a few.
Yeah, so we only have a few of us here viewing, but we'll get an encore one actually. So Bryan, if you want to do the technical difficulties graphic, we'll be back shortly, guys. We'll actually re-rack this and we'll go again. We welcome you back to the 10th and final round of the NASA Rallycross Supercars. It's not NASA Rallycross Lights. Had some technical difficulties as we're back. Everything's broken. Welcome to NASA. Welcome to the end of the season. It's not fair that everyone raced in the dark, so we're going to re-rack it and go. If you're watching on ASN On Demand, you have no clue what just happened. So, I think we're good to kick it forward, and then we'll go through the grid, and then we will promptly go again, and thank you to the few that have hung out and are eagerly awaiting the finish properly of this race this evening. Because I don't know where Justin is, but we need the session kicked forward.
Get back on.
Make sure we get a track state reset, and then do another track state reset, and then we'll go ahead and
we're good
go from there. You got a track state reset?
Yeah, it's 0 now on the next one, and drivers are going to pop on the grid here shortly.
So, 10 cars, 10 laps, 2 jokers, and we will not have the race that happened earlier. So, our grid: McFarland, Clog, Larill, Morris, Peterson, Abedi, Hartley, Ragster, Grove, Wetz. We're going to try this again for round 246 of the championship
Good luck
overall.
Again, everybody, remember 2 jokers.
Round 10 of the 28th season. Myself, Justin Robichaux, and Bryan Sawyer hanging out as we get ready to go green here in Sonoma, California, and the graphics are just broken. I would say turn it off at this point, but all cars, just waiting on one car to get on track, and it's Robbie Larill in the 213. Thanks for joining us and hanging out as we get ready for attempt number 2 here in Sonoma. We go green in California, off the line. The KES cars get a good start over the 199 o'clock. Down in the braking zone is Abedi in the 99, nearly into both of them. Side by side are the KES teammates down to the second corner. McFarland deep on the brakes, complains under braking, I should say, over the jumpy side by side with his teammate. Very clean throughout the field. No contact as Larill takes the first lap and leads ahead of McFarland, ahead of Clog, ahead of Abedi, ahead of Peterson. Up the carousel for the first time. McFarland looks driver's right, trying to take the spot on his teammate. Will his teammate come across? He will, but he gives him room. Clog in the 199 trying to sneak into the picture as well. Side by side of the Squadron Stun Z teammates. It looks like Peterson got a slowdown in the 59. Clog sneaking in on the 04. Gives him a nudge. Contact with Grove. Contact with Hartley. Peterson still has a slowdown. Top 3 are under a blanket. Who'll take the Joker on the first opportunity? Larill does. Abedi does. And at the end of the first lap of the restart, Robbie Larill back where he was on that initial race, Justin.
Yeah, and he's just picking up that momentum that he had racing basically very well tonight. Just right out in front of everybody. Who we got hanging on? Just Alex Abedi's just right there. Both of those drivers out of one Joker.
I don't know if that's going to be a slowdown for Clog in the 199. I'll have to try and take a look. It is. The man from Maryland does have a slowdown in that 199. Morris, Hartley, Peterson, Wetz, Grove in the back of the field. Larill got his Joker strategy out of the way, what he needs to do. So does Abedi in the 99. So strategy's done for the tie driver as well. Now McFarland's got the clear track. He's by himself in third. We'll take a look and see if this rotation once it comes around. Hartley completes his strategy as well in the 50.
And Evan McFarland's hanging on to third there with no strategy done, and he looks poised to be able to take at least the spot from Alex Abedi. We'll see once he takes one how close he is to this pack out front. But if they get into a bit of a tussle, there's an opportunity there for Evan to pick up some time and claw his way back.
3 seconds is the gap, and the delta is about 2 for one Joker. Hartley nearly into the back of Ragster in the 50 to the 91. Morris, Clog, Peterson, Wetz, Grove. That running order has not changed. Thanks for joining us again on the Automotive Sports Network. We had a bit of a technical difficulty with the session. We re-racked the field, and we are going again. And it's a lot like that last feature. Plus, you can actually see Robbie Larill leads ahead of Alex Abedi, ahead of Evan McFarland. Battle for fourth still raging on with Ragster versus Hartley. Down the hill, back up the hill of the carousel to turn number 4. Hartley got a better run, looking driver's right. That's not a place to pass, and he's trying it anyway. Hits Ragster, slides in the 50, and take him out of the spot.
Sorry, Bob. And he's very quickly approaching by Josh Clog on the inside. He just bullies his way through.
He took the words out of my mouth. Bullied his way through. Former champions together. And Lorel, 41-0. Oh my goodness. 41-067 Lorel. 41-067 for Abedi. 41-123 for McFarland. 41-887 for Ragster. He's hanging on to the back of this field. They run identical lap times.
Falling in.
Coming across flags in round 10. And it looks like Will McFarland. McFarland's got those 2 jokers left. Is he going to try and steal this win to make it a KES 1-2? We'll just have to wait and see. McFarland yet to joker.
So close. By my calculation, Evan McFarland, if he finishes right now through those last 2 jokers, he's just going to come out a hair ahead of Robbie Lorel. So it's very tight to the line here. We'll see what happens in the next few laps. Will he save him to the last 2?
Jokering is Morris. He got by his teammate Peterson in the back of the field. I would suspect that if you're McFarland, hold the delta or even add insult to injury like we talk about, Cody, myself, Phil, we talk about all season long. You've got a faster lap with your joker lap and you're faster than the guys in front of you. Just claw your way back, take the jokers and add insult to injury and have them think, wow, he was faster than me the entire time. And I'll tell you what, McFarland was so angry about this session mix-up, he left our Discord. We had to invite him back to come back and race. So we got some stuff to work on here. But Robbie Lorel, 4 laps to go in the 213. 41.225, 41.4 for Abedi, 41.1 for McFarland. We look at Clog versus Hartley, 199 versus 50. These guys battling for the 5th spot. Clog has a joker left. Ragster has a joker left. McFarland still has both of his left. Grove and Wetz have 2 left, and Peterson and Morris. So, Justin, we've got a decent amount of strategy still left here.
Yeah, over half the field haven't completed their strategy at this point. I'm just counting 3 that are done, and there's a couple that haven't done any at all. I mean, Chris Wetz being one of them. We know he'll take them in the last 2.
McFarland takes his first joker and gets right to the rear wing of the 99 of Abedi. And now with the track rubbering in, it is certainly easy to make a mistake. Car length between Abedi and McFarland. And we talked about all season long what would happen for the KES cars not to win a race. In the darkness, McFarland crashed into the start gantry. Ragster sits in 4th. He's holding off Clog. He still has yet to finish his strategy.
Has to take his joker again here. Yeah, he does. He goes for it. He's going to want to get out of Abedi's wing right there and try and get some clean air behind his teammate or maybe ahead of him.
They're going to come out side by side, put McFarland to the lead, and now it is mano-a-mano with 2 laps to go. These guys both looking for their first win, and Lorel pushing hard. McFarland, I thought that was an over-rotation from the 0-4, but he didn't. Picture perfect for the young man from California trying to make his first win at his home track.
Absolutely
Lorel in second.
Flawless through there, and you know Robbie Lorel is going to have some team orders there to not go too hard on Evan, and they're gonna do that 1-2 punch, or at least try to.
Abedi holds 3rd. Both his jokers done. Ragster has 1 left. Clog has 1 left. I'll try and keep an eye on the back of the field, of course. We've got 1 lap left. It's Evan McFarland leading ahead of Robbie Lorel in the 213, and both of them looking for their first win in NASA Rallycross down to the first corner. Last lap is a 40.0 for McFarland, 41.3 for Lorel. Half a second was the difference between McFarland and Lorel rounding the carousel for the final time. Lorel way wide on driver's
very
left.
Far over. There's no penalty on that one. He's clean through there according to the sim.
Abedi over rotates. We've got a couple corners left. Final couple of corners for Evan McFarland. Fastest in seating. Fastest. He won heat number 1. Pole position. He's going to go through the final corner, and it's not only going to be a first win, it's going to be a first 1-2 finish for KES Racing. McFarland does it in Sonoma, California, ahead of Robbie Lorel. Abedi comes home in 3rd, rounding out the podium. It's going to be Ragster, Clog getting ahead.
There you go.
Clog 5th, 6th Hartley.
Good race.
7 Peterson. 8th Wetz.
It means a lot on me, so.
9th Morris. 10th Grove.
Congrats on the first win, Ivan. Robbie called it. Good job.
No, Monica!
It's a 1-2 for KES.
Well done, Ivan. Good job, bud.
And we'll make this super quick with these final interviews.
Good win, Evan. Good win.
Just so everyone can skedaddle and go to bed. So I'll bring in Alex Abedi just really quickly. Tell me about your race as we ignore the first one that happened, but talk to me about this one.
Nothing really much to say. I got a bad starting position and I had luck. I could gain some positions and I'm happy with P3, but I'm most happy for Evan. He really deserved that.
As you had... Sorry, Hartley's coming across on the radio chatter. Not very happy with himself. I just want to know, Alex, you had that issue, or you had some bad races this season. What's the game plan going into next season?
Actually, I'm very happy with my performance. So I had a little bit of bad luck and did some stupid mistakes, like in Bark River, that cost me the championship. Next season I will be even more focused and I will practice a lot and I will give my best to fight for the championship once again. We will see what happens.
Anyone you'd like to thank for your P3 this evening?
Yeah, Pudgy's racing team, Savvy Rexter, Steve Angie, Sally, and I really know you guys sometimes are going through a rough time as well, but I really appreciate everything you guys are doing. Nobody's perfect and some weird things happen, but you always give your best and you try to give us fair conditions every race, and I'm really thankful for that. Thank you.
Absolutely, sir. Good run. We'll see you next season.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So we will bring in Robbie Larill, P2, Justin Robichaux, all yours.
Hey, Robbie. We I guess now we speak and you're not as good off as last time, I suppose, but let's try and reset. And how'd you feel about that race?
Oh, good. I'm glad Evan got it. I mean, he put in tons of practice. So, I mean, I kind of just winged it this race.
I mean, you winged it. You did. You looked flawless out there, and you were very clean with your teammate as well. Was that kind of your mindset going in? You just wanted to kind of stay out of Evan's way and let the practice unfold?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely were going to race. We just did not want to kill each other because I'm like bad luck, Allie. I'm like a magnet when it comes to that stuff. So I didn't want him to get tangled up in that for sure.
No, of course. Thank you, Robbie. We'll looking forward to seeing you back next season.
All right, buddy. Y'all have a good one.
Take care.
Man of the hour, man of the second hour, Evan McFarland, Justin Robichaux, all yours.
Hey, Evan. I guess we're meeting for the first time tonight on the best of terms. I guess in your scenario, we're gonna try and delete that first race from our mind. But how you feeling tonight? Despite all of that, that was a solid race you put on here.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm in shock, honestly, especially after that last race. I mean, it was a little bit immature of me. I got mad because I'm practicing. I put 30 hours in, I think, and just yeah, I don't know. I this is one of my best tracks. So I knew I would be good here, and yeah, I mean, Robbie was super fast, so I knew I wanted to keep it clean with him, but I told him, that actually raced me. I wanted him to get his first win, but I also wanted to get my first win. So.
Oh, that's great. And you guys raced so clean when you were side by side and in and around each other. It was just it was beautiful to see. All the practice certainly showed, and all your practice today certainly showed. You ran a fantastic race, super patient in third, and come out with those jokers at the end and pull it through. That was great. Fantastic win, Evan. And we didn't ask you this earlier, but we'll let it go. Anybody to thank tonight for your win?
Yeah, I mean, Robbie, he's been a great mentor. He's done a lot for me, and I really appreciate it. I don't think I could have got this fast, this quick, just with Robbie. I mean, he taught me a lot. We built setups together. He's one of the best teammates I've ever had. And yeah, I'd like to thank KS, my mom and dad. I appreciate everything they've done for me. Got me into racing and everything. Pit Viper, Fluid Logic, True Speed, Malin, Marwin Sports. And yeah, all those guys.
Awesome. Well, bask in this win. It was well deserved, man. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Before I let you go, he left. I wanted to tell him. Well, he's the 43rd driver in the history of the championship to win, and I have something incredibly special to announce. For the first time, I gotta say this live, and I don't want to mess this up. Where is it? For the first time since 2018. Milwaukee, which was round number 116, and keep in mind we're on 246. He's not in the Discord, so we cannot have a chat. But Chris Wetz, in this entire ordeal, won in Sportsman. And I am so thrilled that he finally won a NASA Rallycross race again. Subaru's won the Manufacturers Championship. That was the only championship that was left. Give me your final thought, and then I'll button this up.
My final thought is I'd kind of like the night to be over. It's been a wild ride. I'm glad we got that re-racked for them, and got that fair race in that they deserved. That's on me. I apologize to the drivers, and I'll apologize to them again now. That not the best time to try and throw in something cute like that. We should definitely save that for test sessions when we can iron that stuff out. And that's a hard lesson for me. I come back from a hiatus and yeah, I should have just pumped my own brakes. But they still put on a good show in that second feature, and I'm glad with the result. I hope they are too.
As never disappoints, and unpredictability in some way, shape, or form is the mantra of NASA. It's just trying to eliminate that much unpredictability, of course. Couple programming notes before we say goodnight. NASA Rallycross Lights Round 10 took place yesterday here in Sonoma. It'll be Saturday, August 26th. Myself, Bryan, Sawyer for that one on ASN On Demand, 9 p.m. Eastern. And then it's our off season now. We will have a couple open tests Monday, September 25th and Monday, October 2nd for the NASA Rallycross Challenge. If you'd like to join us, www.nasasimracing.com. The first round of the 29th season will be October 9th. That'll be the Scottish Grand Prix in Knock Hill. So we do have one series left running for now. It's the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge. That'll be in Mid-Ohio. You'll join myself and Justin Robichaux and Bryan Sawyer for that one on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern on ASN Live. Just a reminder, series brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. Thank you so much to Rob Hartland for yet another season of support. Our coverage also brought to you by NordVPN. For up to 63% off your 2-year plan, visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. Our cameras for the entire season brought to you by Track Cams 22. And finally, our intro music was produced by our very own Alex Abetti. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network. And if you'd like to race, all the info at nasasimracing.com. A little bit belated, but the checkered flag has fallen on the season. From all of us at the Automotive Sports Network, from Philip Kraus, Cody Erdmann, Victor Valley, Justin Robichaux, Jess Rakowski, and Bryan Sawyer, my name is Josh Mertz. We hope you enjoyed today's coverage of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge tonight from Sonoma. Congratulations to Evan McFarland, the 43rd driver to win a race in the NASA Rallycross Challenge. And be sure to join us Thursday for sports cars in Mid-Ohio. But for Rallycross, we'll see you in a month. Until then, so long, everyone.